Back, you're watching Liquid Lunch on Newsmax TV. I'm John Tobacco, coming to you live from the Newsmax studios in downtown Manhattan. We're usually in the Question Tequila studios, but today we're in the Question Free Tequila studios because we have no Question. But there is no question in my mind about this guy. He's one of the finest commentators you'll hear. He's the host of the This Is America podcast. Rich Valdes joins us today. Rich, thanks for joining us today. You're the best. John. Thanks for coming down.
Always a pleasure.
So apparently, I mentioned earlier that you were considering running against AOC. You know, my goal on this show is to make AOC bartend again. So
Salud.
I'm with you, should you decide. But there's this news floating around that Trump is really doing some real groundwork in the Hispanic communities, and he's out there going for Hispanic votes in unexpected places. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, right now, 18% of the United States population is Hispanic. So I think it's interesting that the Trump campaign is putting that focus there because it's a really big chunk of political real estate, if you will. Now, compared to New York, where we are right now, and as you mentioned, AOC's district, with AOC, that district is 50% Hispanic. 50% of the voters are Hispanic. So with that being said, there's a lot of focus on reaching out to Hispanic voters, and it's a message that's important because so many Hispanic voters tend to be very culturally conservative.
I am pouring a vodka, Rich.
All right,
you know,
you keep pouring.
I usually pour tequila for our Hispanic voter
Salud,
audiences.
we drink to that, right?
But not just talking about AOC's district, but and you came up with a special nickname for AOC, right?
That's all out crazy because her policy
crazy.
positions are all out crazy.
That's right. But across the country, you're seeing a little trend here where Trump is targeting Hispanic voters.
Oh,
right?
yeah, and the article that came out in today's U.S. News and World Report citing the Associated Press focuses on efforts from the Trump campaign to reach voters that are in Pennsylvania. So now Pennsylvania is not your traditional bastion of Hispanic voters. But the reality is Trump has figured out that they're way more likely to vote for him than they are for Democrats now that there's money in everybody's pocket, jobs have gone up, wages have gone up, and unemployment has gone down.
Rich, you want to know something? I was down in Miami recently, and, you know, for the Democratic debates, we were down at the Bitcoin Center in Miami, and I went into some of the stores around there, all the vendors, all the owners, some Latin American, Cuban, Spanish, you know, a lot down there in Miami. And I'm wondering, like, are these people, you know, for Trump or against? I'm not sure with the policy. And I was asking them, and the feeling I got was that most of the people I spoke to that were like conservative, good, hardworking, Spanish, Mexican, you know, Latin American, they were all for Trump. It was weird. I mean, not weird. I was happy to see it.
Yeah, well, the reality is that really, to me, it doesn't matter where you go. I think Hispanics are not a monolith. It's a myth to think that Hispanics are always going to vote for the Democrats. Hispanics have seen so much success in the short time that Trump has been in office, and I think they can expect to see more success in that time frame.
Hey, you may listen to Mark Levin once in a while or watch him. I listen to him almost every day right here in New York when I'm driving home. If you ask me, Rush Limbaugh, Hannity, all these other guys, the number one guy is Levin. And you hear him yelling at his call screener sometimes, Mr. Call Screener guy, why'd you let that mutt through? I don't want any more mutts on my show. You better get back. Aside from being a great host of This Is America podcast, that's Mr. Call Screener guy, too. So he knows where the rubber meets the road, and hopefully he'll go against AOC. Liquid Lunch, Hour 2, back at you right after this.